Hi, I'm Jason, and this is Rodney, and welcome to MyLatestWorth.com. We're going to be going over the good morning, okay? The good morning is a great movement to strengthen the posterior chain muscles, your hamstrings, your glutes, the erectors, all the stuff that we use for power to derive in that posterior chain. Usually you want to perform this movement very light at first and work your way up slowly. I would recommend probably never going too heavy with these. Think of these as an assistance exercise to help you with your pulls off the ground, anything with from a clean to a deadlift. So we're just going to use this to kind of strengthen up that straight leg position. Okay. So we're going to have Rodney help us demonstrate. Okay. So when performing the good morning, what we're looking to do is we want to first assume the bar position on the traps. Okay. You can have a low bar position or a high bar position. Just remember, the higher it is, the harder it is to control that torque on the lower back. So he's going to take his hands a little bit as close as he can comfortably without getting too much of a stretch, keeping the elbows back. What's going to happen is once he has position, he's going to make sure his weight stays in his heels. He's going to drive his hips back and let his knees bend slightly. He's going to make sure that that lower leg or that calf and shin are pointing vertical from the ground, so they're 90 degrees, making sure that his lower back is nice and flat. He's only going to go where he's comfortable first, where flexibility allows, and then he's going to squeeze the glutes, pull with the hamstrings, and stand back up into position. So he's driving the hips and pulling the chest back up. So remember, as you're performing this move, you want to drive the hips away, keep your knees soft. He's going to come down to where flexibility allows, making sure that that knee doesn't go back beyond 90 degrees. Back is tight. He's going to pull his chest up, drive his hips forward, and come back to the starting position. Okay. So key points here we want to focus on is keeping the elbows back, making sure that lower back is nice and tight, and we're always maintaining a nice soft bent knee position. We don't want to go too straight legged on this one. Okay. So perform a couple more. He's going to push the hips back, lower back's nice and tight. Go ahead and keep going. Notice the soft knee position, right? Parallel to the ground, perpendicular to the ground. And he is leaning over, letting the hamstrings and glutes take that load. Okay. Excellent job, Rodney. Thank you very much. Okay, some of the common faults associated with the good morning are as follows. We're going to start from the top down. Okay, so one would be keeping these elbows underneath the bar and letting them drop as you come down into the good morning. So he can show me a good morning. No, funny. Sorry, that's pretty funny. Okay, he's going to drop the elbows down. So he's going to lean over, and what he's going to do is let the elbows come down. And what will happen there is he's going to create a lot of torque on that upper spine. And he's losing that extension in the upper spine. Okay, so you want to make sure you pull the elbows back, stay nice and tight, chest up tall, and then he's going to pull back up into position. Secondly is loss of that nice arc in the back, or that nice flat line. If he unfolds, he can create a lot of stress in the lower back. As you can see, once that upper back folds over, that lower back is exposed to some serious torque, okay? And we don't want to pull out of that position, at least not from this lever, okay? We're going to pull up. So make sure when you go down, again, straight back, right? So he's going to push down. If he had that round, he's going to push his hips back, really keep that chest tall, and then drive out of there, okay? As we travel downward, remember, this is a good morning. It is not a stiff-legged deadlift, okay? We don't want to see your knees go back beyond that 90-degree position. So what we're going to do is have him demonstrate. This position right here, terrible probably for your lower back, okay? Be careful. Probably a good hamstring stretch, but I wouldn't recommend it if you're going to do any type of loading at all. So what he wants to do is soften those knees up. He's going to push them forward, and this is a more advantageous position for him. This way he can actually get the glutes involved as well and keep that lower back nice and snug. Okay. And another one would be allowing the weight to come over into the toes. As you'll see, that'll pull him forward, which will then, one, cause a loss of balance, and two, create a lot more tension in the lower back, okay? So he wants to correct that by staying in his heels and then driving straight up in position, okay? So let's see one more good one. So he's gonna drop back and pull right back up. Excellent, great job. And that concludes the common faults. So that concludes our work with the good morning. Remember, when performing the good morning, you always want to maintain that nice upright spine. So we're looking to make sure that lower back is nice and tight, our lower leg is vertical to the ground, and we're trying to maintain the weight back in the heels. Okay. I want to thank Rodney for helping us out here. Guys, remember, take it easy when you're doing the good morning. Start with even a broomstick at first. Work your way up slowly. Jump up to 15 pounds, 20 pounds, literally 5-pound increments until you feel comfortable with the movement, and always have somebody evaluate your form when you're doing the good morning. Thanks again, Rodney. Appreciate it.
See you later.
Yep.